Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and I'm usually in the Monster Manual, but today I'm looking at this thing. Someone gave me some of these, and they're okay for just terrain, but you can't put miniatures really on there, I don't think. Right in the damn glue. So yeah, essentially we've just learned that this is a complete and utter catastrophe in its current state. And instead of tearing these up or ruining them, I can give those to somebody that's doing a fairy garden or somebody that wants those, or you can give them to my little boys to use when they play D&D. Because they just throw stuff out there. They don't actually use the terrain. So what I have here is just a piece of foam board from the Dollar Tree. You can use cardboard or whatever, really. You don't need this. And I'm just going to show you guys how to make a quick set of steps. I'm sure a million other people have done this. But then again, I could be wrong. Usually this peels off a lot easier for me. So this has been around for a while. Let's do two. So we're going to want to make this too thick, and to do that we're going to use the tried and true method of that. And then we're going to figure out the basic shape of our thing that we want to do. And we want it to be kind of curved. So basically, let's see this is probably going to be a better angle for what we want. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we are going to make our own thing, just like what that thing was, but we're going to make one that we can actually use. So let's probably put a miniature or two on that. All right. Let me out our glue stick. If I could grab one. Okay. And just kind of get that on there. I gotta turn that fan down. It's so loud I can't pick. Sorry, I was drawing the last miniature I made. So then we're gonna come back here and we're just gonna trim off the excess stuff. Okay. And then we could have one more little step up here, I'm sure. So to make that, we'll just peel this one off. This is easy to do. This is not something you probably need me to show you how to do, but I don't mind doing it. I seldom use these kind of steps anyways, if we're going to be honest. You can put as much detail and effort into this as you wanted. You don't have to half-ass it like me. You could do better. I encourage you to do better. Okay, so let's get... Yep. Something like that. You can fit a few miniatures on there. And then you want to come back, kind of clean up some of your edges. Now you can make these look like steps and stuff for stonework if you wanted. You could kind of do some little half-ass designs. And then you want to get like a pen or something that you have that you can shove in there. And you could kind of get in here and like do a little bit of fancy shit too. Something like that. Rip some pieces out. You can put as much detail as you wanted into this, really. I usually don't put a whole lot of stuff like that because my players aren't critiquing my stuff as much as you'd think they do. You can make some cracks in here too, if you really wanted to. Like say this is battle damaged or whatever. Alright, so then I'm just going to get my lighter, which is kind of my go-to move. First I'm going to make some divides on the ends. You just kind of get your edges cleaned up because you don't want them to look perfect. If you want everything to look a little bit worn, just use this minor burning hand spell trick I'm showing you. Alright, too easy from that point. Let's get this thing I was using super glue in earlier, and I had this pink paint in from, I can't remember what I was working on. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit of Mod Podge, just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot here. Oh, this isn't even open. Alright, we're not going to use that one. Let's get one that's open. A little bit of Mod Podge, a little bit of black paint, a little bit of white glue. Oops, got a condom. You hear that, Sweeney Todd? It's got a condom. Ooh. Then we're going to mix a couple more colors in there, I think. We're going to do a little bit of brown. And a little bit of green. So then, we want to mount this to something. Okay? Oh, we need to do a little texture here. For those of you who don't know about this, I thought everybody in the world knows, but just in case. This is a texture thing. It's just tinfoil. Old like tabletop wargamers that did like scenery back in the day. Like the dudes in the game shops that you used to go to when you were little. Well, if you're in my age group. This is something they did. It's pretty fun. So let's just stir that up into a disgusting mess. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Hold on real quick. Let's glue this to a paint lid. If I can find one. There we go. Let's get a dab of glue, put it on a paint lid, so that when we're on the sides and stuff, we don't have any drama. Now, I didn't even have a full chunk of this foam. I just had some scrap. If you have full chunks of this foam, I do have full chunks of it, I'm a liar. I got a bunch, never mind. But if you don't have full chunks of this, you can use, like I said, cardboard and get some glue and some sand on the corners and edges to kind of get rid of some of that Now this is already a greenish brownish black, or greenish brownish gray, so you can just kind of come along and get out your biggest chunks so that you can dry it off quick. And if you have a fan and you leave it in the fan for an hour and then come back, you'll have amazing results. Oops, shit. So check this out. We're just going to use the hot air gun real quick. You got to use it on a low heat. See how you have some sticky spots there where it starts to bubbles. If you use it on a high heat, it just does that everywhere. If you get a toothpick, you can kind of poke any of those spots that you don't want to be that way. Now, I don't want bubbles on this, but unfortunately, because instead of letting it naturally dry, what we got was the bubbles and the cracks and stuff. And if you let this just air dry, like I was telling you, in front of a fan or something for an hour, you won't have these bubbles. You will have nice, deep cracks. But we're, kind of on a budget here, and we're in a hurry. Well, not on a budget. We're always on a budget. We're in a hurry. So I'm just going to get one dark gray and a big dry brush, something like this. And even if everything's not dry, it's okay. Just get it on there. Now, if you're in a hurry like I am, you're probably pulling some paint off, and that's okay. We're going to fix that. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be okay. I'm going to get a lighter gray. Something like that. Now, for any of the, let me get a crap brush. For any of the spots where you pulled paint off or you need to do a repair, just grab some of that original color and some of whatever other color, and just kind of drag that around and clean that up. Get it in those cracks. Because this original color has some, what do you call it in it still? Some Mod Podge in it still. So just kind of clean those up with that. Any spots that you don't feel good about. Okay, I feel pretty good there. Like I got everything I need to get. Sweet. All right. Now for the final kind of important step. Let's hit this with the air gun again. Real light. And then let's get like an ivy green or something. I do have an ivy green in here. Here we go. Ivy green. And I'm just going to get a crappy brush. Something like that. I'm going to get down these cracks with that and drag that around. If there's some wet paint in there, that's fine. Just rub it around and mix it in. We're not looking for perfection here. Maybe you got some areas back here that are a little wonky and maybe you don't like the paint job. Just use the IB green and clean that up. Okay. And then in the deeper recesses, if you wanted to, you get a dark blue. This is Admiral blue. I'm not cleaning my brush, by the way. You can just get a little bit of that. A little bit and show it down in there and mix it up. Swirl it around a little bit. If you're so inclined. And that darkens it up nice. Let's get rid of that brush. Let's hit this with a hot air gun again. We're going to get one more dry brush. I could have left my other dry brush out to do this, but I didn't. We got a new piece of cardboard, though. Oh, I lied to you. It's not new, but that's all right. And we're going to get a little bit of gray and a little bit of tan. We're going to do the tan first. I'm using Territorial Beige for my tan. You want this off too. You don't want it much on here. Something like that. And a little bit of this gray. You can just kind of mix those. It won't hurt. All right, there you go, guys. Took us about, 20 minutes to make it. I could have done it faster, probably. I've never made this exact set of stairs. Neither of you. So there you go, 20 minutes. What I would do is if you have a piece of good, thick cardstock, or if you have a piece of sturdy cardboard or something, what I would do is I would paint the bottom of this, or glue it to the bottom of this and cut it off around and then paint it black, which is probably what I would do. But not this moment because this is wet. You could clear coat this if you wanted to. I wouldn't. I would just use a matte Mod Podge and coat it that way. I wouldn't spray coat it because if there's any spots that you didn't cover the foam, it'll melt in. But I think it looked all right. So there it is. Thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing here, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, share it with some friends if you'd like to. Leave me some comments. Buy some miniatures from DungeonSwag.com. Link will be in the description. Come join us on Discord. Show us what you're making. We'd love to see it. Hey, thanks for watching.